Welcome to the final manga versus anime comparison of this Attack on Titan season. I'm the Smart Titan, and as usual for anime only, let me tell you that chapter 123 is finally completely animated, and this last season episode covered completely chapter 130 of the manga, so now it's safe to read for everyone. So now beginning with the comparison, in the manga when Hangi spoke, we don't see these frames showing Armin and Levi staring at her in the manga. Mappa really did a great job with the cameras displaying every character in this anime adaptation. As usual, Mappa kept doing closer angles to show some characters in scenes like in this one, where we see a close-up to Connie and Sasha. When Armin says to Eren that they are in the outside world, in the manga we could see his face. In the anime instead, they didn't show this, and they kind of ignored this panel. At least personally, I feel that this Armin's expression and panel remind me a lot of a really old panel when Armin was talking about the outside world to Eren for the first time, after he finds the book of his grandfather. As I said before about the director, I think they did an amazing job in this scene. The use of different takes showing the surrounding characters around the kid really make you feel that you are one of these people in the crowd staring at this situation. It feels very immersive. On this other moment when they meet Kiyomi, Mappa played a bit with the position of the characters during this conversation, and when Mikasa noticed that Eren isn't there anymore, her reaction looked better in the anime, probably due to the angle that Mappa chose to show Mikasa saying this, and also the fact that she stands up in panic. In the manga, she was just sitting there a bit worried, saying, "Where's Eren?" to the group. Eren is seen crying, staring at the moon and the stars before Mikasa arrives to where he is. In the manga, we don't see Eren crying until Mikasa is finally there. And do you like closer angles? Well, Mappa does. And they also added a lot more frames showing the people who escaped from war in this scene. About the conversation of Eren and Mikasa, the interaction here, plus the different camera angles that Mappa used really made the scene feel amazing. You could really feel tension here, didn't you? When Eren and Mikasa are found by the rest of the group, Eren says perfect timing, a bit disappointed, because he's interrupted, and Mikasa also reacts to what Eren says, saying like, huh? In the anime, these expressions were a bit ignored, but I guess it's okay considering how good this scene was. Cheers to Mappa for adding some extra scenes of this scene, like the reactions of the characters after drinking. It was a really enjoyable moment of the anime. Mappa gave more love to Eren in these moments, where we see that he's happy seeing how his friends are enjoying the situation. By the way, come on Mappa! Jan being there in the manga wasn't that bad. Why did they move him slightly? He was very comfortable next to Eren's type, you know? Mikasa's flashback when Eren left had slight differences with the manga, as the scene when Eren is shown killing one of the guys who murdered Mikasa's parents instead of Eren after he killed them, or also the scene when Sasha was shot. In the manga it was shown when Sasha was already dead. These flashbacks in the manga occurred a long time ago, when Rumbling began. Mikasa was thinking about this as she witnessed the Colossal Titans marching for the first time. In the anime the storyboard was modified, and chapter 123 was mixed with chapter 130, so if Mappa followed the original storyboard made by Isayama Sensei in the manga, these scenes should have appeared around 7 or 6 episodes ago. The memory charts of chapter 130 were adapted into quick frames showing all these different memories of Eren. It's the same kind of style of the scene when Eren touched Zeke. Back then the flashbacks had a bit more of production effects, but whatever, this scene was good also, just that the other one was way too epic. Eren's expressions in the manga, in this conversation with Historia, I felt that they were better made for this. I really think that Isayama worked in these details to create tension surrounding Eren. In the anime overall, he seems more in pain and suffering than angry and ready to act. At least if you see the manga panels, you can see that Eren is really angry. In the flashback when Zeke explains Eren about the Ackerman research, in the manga they were both together in the same wall. In the anime instead, Zeke is in front of Eren explaining that what Eren said to Mikasa was a lie, and everything that Mikasa does is because she likes him. About what I said before of Mappa not catching Eren, as in the manga, well, in this case they did it, and they even improved flashback showing how Eren infiltrated Marley. This scene was amazing, and another 10 out of 10 Mappa animation for sure. Mappa respected the silence of this scene until the gunfire begins. It felt theatrical, and the host was enough to make this scene become really good. Once again, a perfect adaptation that was loyal to the manga, and with some minor changes and improvements that made this episode become, as I said like 2 seconds ago, a 10 out of 10 episode. In the manga, the Colossal Titans being damaged by the Global Alliance army wasn't so noticeable. I mean, I remember remember reading these panels and seeing the explosions and stuff, but the anime really made more clear that some of them were torn apart by the cannon fire, although this wouldn't be enough to stop the rumbling. I was wondering if MAPPA read my hate comments of weeks before saying how the anime was being censored. They made this scene way more gore, and I won't lie to you, I always enjoy a good gore scene. Attack on Titan is a dark fantasy manga, and MAPPA is finally respecting this. When the swimming colossal titans attacked the Global Alliance, MAPPA added some frames showing the ships getting blown up and flying across the air. This wasn't shown in the manga and made the scene even more scary to the rest of the army that was nearby the port. The following ending scenes were loyal to the manga, but guys, the Ost really made this like 10 times more epic. I was clapping at the animation, and I will clap once again, but this time for whoever picked music for this chapter. Good job there, MAPPA, using the original Ost of Attack on Titan. Those iconic lyrics in German are always well received and wake up a lot of melancholy inside of everyone who is following Attack on Titan for so many years. The design of Eren's Titan was improved in the anime, and I'm glad that they did this. At least in this manga panel, I didn't like the design so much when I was reading the manga, so this art style change was pretty nice. The final scene showing the Colossal Titans led by Eren marching into the city were shown as in the manga, but it had an extra scene showing a really great animation of Eren behind them from a front perspective with a moving camera showing everything. That later was followed by the original manga panel that shows how the situation is going so far, with thousands of titans followed by this colossal skeletal titan of Eren. And as I said during this whole video, the camera movement was crucial for this chapter, and the director of this episode was brilliant. It was an amazing way to finish the season of Attack on Titan. And by the way, part 3 is already confirmed for next year, so we have a pending date, my dear followers and new people who isn't subscribed to the channel already. So I will keep working on Attack on Titan for what's left of this year and the following year, probably not so often like now, since after this whole season I need some rest. You know I love Attack on Titan, but I also need to work in other manga and anime. So guys, be sure to stay tuned for this channel because I will keep uploading weekly content. I'm really motivated, and thanks to all your amazing support, I really feel happy to be working in this project. So long story short, as a review of this episode, amazing animation, amazing camera movement, camera angles, amazing OST, or Ost, however you want to call it. The plot was great. This manga arc is incredible, and hopefully the last part will be greatly adapted by MAPPA and they will improve the manga ending that was a bit controversial, although I don't think that it is bad. I just felt that it was rushed and it left too many plot holes, but I'm sure that MAPPA with a part 3 will be able to fix this, and Attack on Titan will remain probably as the best anime ever made, or one of the top 3. So this is it guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. On next week I will release a video talking once again about Chainsaw Man as in the old days. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and as I always say, thank you and see you soon.